We'd like to welcome y'all to the second episode of the Black Light Show, featuring my brother McCallum, man. This show is to highlight black men with black businesses, black men who got it from the gutter, black men who still striving for success, trying to help other people. And I like to welcome you to the show, brother. Right now, where we at is where he grew up at. Tell the people about yourself, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you.
You know, it's an honor to even be here having this call right now and having this camera pointed at me, talking about how we started and where we come from. I don't think this house is no more than 1,200 square footage, but this is where I was born. This is where I was raised. We're on the Southside of Toledo. You got Yummies right here. You got the park. You got Vance. You got Tecumseh right behind me. And, you know, my goal is to motivate and encourage young men and women across, not only on this side of town, but throughout Toledo and throughout the country, that they can accomplish great things and be successful and chase their goals if they really put their mind to it. You know, a lot of things that we was told when we was younger was lies. We was lied to. We thought that you can only do certain things to make a living. We thought there was only certain decisions that we can make. So hopefully we can spend some time together getting to know each other a little bit more, and in the direction that we're both heading in, because I'm proud of you too for the stuff that you're doing, so we can help and motivate the youth.
This house we at right now, and everybody like, man, what's on? Well, we picked this house, man, because this is where you grew up at.
Yep.
This is where you come from, man. What do this be able to come back here and still see it intact? And, like, what memories run through your veins when you see it?
You know, I got a ton of memories, bro, and just to be honest with you, they're good and bad. You know, a ton of memories. You know, I was raised by my mother. She was, you know, single mother. My father was on drugs, and that's the unfortunate thing about being raised in the hood, being raised in the ghetto, is that your family sometimes is addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
So I didn't have my father growing up. So when I walked out of this house, like I was telling you earlier, when I walked out this house, I was on my own. And I jumped off the porch at 11 years old. I was out running wild. And I look at things now as a blessing in disguise, because I don't have no regrets. The childhood that I had, I think it made me who I am today. It made me strong. It made me a survivor. It pushed me, it forced me to go get what you want. I received no handouts. Everything was earned. Nothing was given. So just to be here right now, the memories are flowing nonstop. But man, I got a ton of memories.
What year did you? Let me switch back. In this house, what was that one thing that happened in this house that we at right now that made you like, man, I gotta do better for my family?
You know, I think mainly it was about me wanting to provide my family, provide my children with a life that I didn't have. You know, my parents wasn't, they didn't have a religion that restricted holidays, but we didn't have Christmas. We didn't have Christmas. So I don't know if you can relate, but I remember every December my mother told me I'd get my gift when she got her income tax. I don't know if you heard that before, but that's,
I heard it a couple times.
That's what I heard. So we didn't have Christmas. I didn't have birthday parties. So I was motivated to say, you know what, when I have kids, I'm going to give them a better life. I'm going to give them things that I didn't have. That pushed me on the inside.
Well, brother, we ain't going to stop it here. I know y'all probably looking like, man, usually in the studio, but what I want to do with this show, and you know, my brother, he called me the other day. He hit me like a couple months ago, probably before COVID started. We had spoken about me coming down here doing the show. When COVID stopped, we didn't know how we was going to keep it on. We didn't know what was going on, but I just took an opportunity because we was going to do the back and forth podcast, but I just felt in my heart, the podcast more of a listening thing.
Yeah.
I think kids and youngsters, and even adults are struggling. It don't stop to get motivated. There's no age of motivation. There's no age of changing your life. And I felt like this is something they can see on this show right here.
Yep.
And we're going to go through the South Side, and we're going to show y'all where Drake come from and get more in depth, man. These visions on the camera, let's get to it.
For one, I'm very proud of him though, man. For real. This man Andre came a long way, for real. I know him as Dre though, for real. Or Lil Dre. Or my little homie or something though, but he a young man though, for real now though. And I respect everything he doing though, for real. Even I'm way older, I'm 36 now though, but he like a big homie now though to the little dudes though, even to me though, man. I respect him though. He been through a lot though. Back in days, it was way worse than this though, man. Niggas couldn't couldn't walk in front of yummies or come on the block or nothing though, man. Like certain people trying to test people now though. It was the real jungle back then though. For him to come from that to where he at now though, that's a real success though, and I tip my hat to that. You know what I'm saying though? It's a lot of young fellas or however y'all want to call it or something though, young juveniles or something though that's out here doing wild though that can look at this young man and see where he came from though. You know what I'm saying? He was like a product of the environment, you know what I'm saying though? To change his life to where he at now though. That's a real testimony for real though. And I respect him though for real though.
Dre was like he was really in it, like with everybody else, like he was front line, like when a lot of stuff was going on, like he was front line.
Yeah.
And, like I respected like everything that he been through and surpassed all that, like coming from right here, like growing up, what he been seeing, like just the transformation, like that's dope. Like you really have to be around back then to know, like he a real success story, like he's young, still going, like he's young, and like not to talk about he a millionaire, like and he come right here from this community with us.
How long you doing?
That just let us know, like myself, like him, like we seeing all this, so that just let us know, like shit, this shit can happen, like it's real. Like, all you gotta do is apply yourself. The right opportunity come, like just take advantage of it. Like it ain't no like.
How long you knew him?
I knew Dre since elementary. We went to Stewart Elementary, so probably since like the second grade, like the second grade.
Yeah.
Second grade, like Dre, like man, he been had it more rough. Like growing up, like he ain't had no big brothers. So when situations arise, like he had to fend for himself a lot of times. Like, being that he light skinned, like the age to think he was sweet. So he had to prove himself a lot, like growing up. He was front line, like that light skinned shit, like that don't fly with Dre. Like he ain't your average light skinned dude. He was front line, like wasn't taking nothing from nobody. He gonna fight, and he gonna do whatever he had to do to survive.
So how like what you think he mean to the community now that he where he at now?
Man, that's huge, bro. Like coming out of this community, it's like it'd be like somebody going to the NBA. Like a lot of dudes from Toledo ain't been to the NBA like in some years, but like just seeing him, bro, him able to come back like to where he came from, like he ain't switch up, like oh that's dope. Like I talk to this man on the phone every day, like knowing like his success and I grew up with him. Like I just call this dude up, like it's just motivation, like it's me to keep pushing. Like, I got my own things going on, but like even with him, like he's just motivation. Like he was my biggest motivation getting out of prison. Like he picked me, he was one of the first dudes to pick me up, take me out to eat, like give me the game. Then once I seen what he was doing, like he told me about the trials and tribulations that he had been through, like I'm like, oh shit, I can make it out here, I'm gonna make it out here. So like he was like my main motivation.
What's up, man? What's up?
We seeing him on the daily, pulling up on him. He was my main motivation.
I say 11, 12, and 13, you know, we was always the big homies, man. You know what I mean? You feel me? So they pretty much looked up and ran under us. You know what I mean? You feel me? I'm proud of little bro. He came a very long way from what he was used to, you know what I mean? Coming up around these parts, man. Little bro came a long way, you know, from thugging in the streets, you know what I mean? To the fights, you know what I mean? To whatever, you know? Little bro came a long way, man. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, all praise to the Most High. You know what I mean? You feel me? Because without him, ain't nothing shaking. You feel me? So, you know, bro did his thing though, you know what I mean? Cause I remember late nights, man. We out at clubs, we grown with it. You feel me? We grown with it. We fighting grown up. As soon as we come outside, look at him. It's him and about 1,000 more little homies. They out there, man, what's up? You feel me? You know what I mean? So, bro did a beautiful thing, man, the transition. You know, like I said, all praise to the Most High though. You know what I mean? That's, you know, that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna get into too much detail, you know what I mean? You feel me? But, you know, bro came a long way, man. Came a very long way, man. Very long way. You talking about late nights, kid, drunk, ain't got no reason drinking. nan reason drinking, you feel me? Coming to stay the night at the mom's house, you feel me? Like everybody else, every other little homie, you know what I mean? You feel me?
Through all that, like even like going through all that, like Dre, he was always like a level-headed dude because he was still able to graduate. Like he had a kid early, so like he still was able to like always like overcome his surroundings in some shape, form, or fashion. So like, man, like it's dope. Like his story, like everything, knowing everything he's been through.
Got a great story.
Yeah, that's motivation. Anybody, like even if a kid don't know, like if they hear Dre's story, he was just growing up, like they'd be like, I could make it.
Yeah, like I said, a real testimony.
Dope boy, rapper, nothing. He did a whole different
all off his mental, like it's mental, like most dudes that can hoop, they can hoop or box, but like
that's real, man.
he is all mental, man. Like you gotta respect the dude.
I'm proud of you though, man. For real,
You put them hands on you, don't get it twisted. Please don't get it twisted.
Don't let that little light.
You put them hands on you.
Don't let them little
Them
high.
hands will get put on you.
Yeah, don't let that little high yellow in this food, you know.
I was just telling Ant, I said, everybody over here is so well respected. He well respected, I'm well respected. When you got people that's 13, 14 taking out real warriors from over here, real legends, I'm gonna keep it real with you, we're doing it wrong. There ain't no way a 14-year-old should take one of us out. We gotta unite, because ain't nobody gonna go against us, so if we come together, ain't nobody gonna go against us. Yeah. You're gonna have a few high heads, you're gonna have a few people that don't wanna listen, but for the most part, they're gonna be outsiders. It ain't gonna be people that was front, it ain't gonna be people family, it ain't gonna be people that was raised around here. They ain't gonna do it. Because when I was young, like I told Albert, when I was young, anything y'all would have told me to do, I would have did it. I wouldn't have looked at y'all like, who is y'all? I wouldn't have looked at y'all like that. So I looked up to y'all. So man, with the people we got now, man, even with Albert and his credibility and what he's doing,
Step in a little bit, Dre.
And what y'all have done, there ain't no way that y'all gonna say something or y'all gonna be about something or we gonna be about something. And people gonna look at us like, who is y'all? And you ain't got no money and you, man, nah, we can check all them boxes. We got the money, we got heart, we've been out here for years. We can check all them boxes and we can direct people in the right direction. Right. So I'm serious about it, I'm for real. I'm serious about it.
In the right direction.
Cause look, I don't
in the right direction.
No, we ain't had no people telling us chill out or this and that.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Everybody I talk to, I don't care what side of town they from. I don't care where they from, south, northwest. Every time I talk to them, they say, shit whack. Shit over with. I'm over this shit. I'm too old for it. I got kids. I got something to live for. This shit booty. That's what they tell me every single time I talk to them. I don't care where they from. They could be from out Stickney. They could be from anywhere.
You heard I just told you.
So if everybody thinking the same, what we got to do to make a step in that direction? We got to unite. We got to come together. But it's gonna start over here. It's gonna start over here. From Vans to Cumsey, Hamilton, Buckingham, Belmont, everywhere. We all family at the end of the day. You're going to have little problems here and there, but you got to talk stuff out because as men, you're going to always have disagreements.
How old was he when you met him?
Wow, probably 9 or 10 years old.
Oh, what kind of kid was he?
Huh?
What kind of kid was he?
He was a gentleman like he is today. I'm telling you, man, this guy haven't changed much, man. I seen him, I remember how he used to come in there. I was Mr. Russell, and he always, and I knew his mother too. His mother didn't play around, so she didn't play, so she raised them kids really nice. His sister, they always had that gentleman about him. Always, as a child, he did. And right today, I see it still there. You could be raised right here in the neighborhood. You don't have to. You could be who you want to be. He had his ideas and his plans back then because he used to talk about them. He used to talk about them and tell me how the things that he wanted to do. And it was always something. Then I had seen him for a long time. And all of a sudden he came to me with the tie on and the suit. And he was selling insurance at the time. And I was shocked to see him like, wow, I ain't seen you in a while. Usually when you don't see one of the young guys from around here in a while, it's because he's sent away somewhere. He was somewhere taking care of his business and doing the things that he said he was going to do. I always had nothing but respect for him because when you give respect, you get respect. And he always showed me respect. Him and his sister, his mother, they was really all good people. And I'm really glad that God put me in a position to where I got to know them like I did, because over here, there's a lot of young people his age that he know that's not here today. They died 5, 6 years ago. So they were young when they died from the police or some type of crime that they were doing. They ended up losing their lives. But I never saw that happening to Andre, never ever. I always knew that he would go on and do his whatever it is that he wanted to do and be successful with it. So that was a positive thing to me, that I knew that whatever he do was going to prosper, no matter what it was. And I know there ain't no weapon formed against him going to prosper. And them my hopes and wishes for him always.
How long have y'all been here as youngest? How long y'all been operating?
We've been here 23 years.
23 years.
So you know how far back they go. See them all. I watched different generations grow up and they had kids. The kids is grown up and now they got kids. And I watched them grow up right here. Anybody that I knew that was 7 or 8 years old when I came here, you know, they're up there. You know, they're 30, 40 years old, you know, I know them all. I know everybody, the ones that made the effort, the one that reached out, the one that seen things that they wanted and they really did what they were supposed to be doing to have what they were supposed to have. Because some just laid down, but then most of them reached out and doing what they're supposed to be doing. One thing I say for sure about Andre, he didn't shock me, he surprised me. Like I said, he had disappeared for a little while now. I done seen him. Then when I seen him again, he was standing straight and tall with a suit on and his tie and his little briefcase, and he's the gentleman that I always wanted him to be. And I was happy to see that because it meant a lot to me because they're just like my family. Everybody that's coming up around here, I've been around them so long. I got family that I haven't been around as long as I have around them. You know, I've been knowing him. I've got family I don't know as long as I know him. And I can't remember, can't say nothing but something good about him because that's all he ever showed me. And I thank God for putting people like that in my life. That's what I look for.
Tell them where they can tell them the address and where we at. That's where they can.
Yeah, we at Yummy's, 801 Nebraska, Toledo, Ohio, in the dirty South.
Right on the south
That's
side.
where we at, right on the south side.
And we appreciate it.
And it ain't nothing like what people say it is.
Listen, if we don't shop with us, we will.
Right, that's right. We gotta reach out to each other.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you too. Love my man.
Powerful. These are the type of people I looked up to. Business owners, powerful black men, married for many years. He's been married for as long as I've known him. These are the type of people I looked up to, and this is the type of person that I want to become for someone else to look up to. That's right. Me, man. That's right.
And now we are inside of Yummy's on Nebraska and what's the side street?
Nebraska, you mean?
He got his mouth full of this. Y'all understand this food right here. I wish I could eat shrimp. I can't eat shrimp.
You can't?
I'm allergic.
Oh, wow.
I die. Unless I take some benefit. I might see something in there, man. But, what do this store, this restaurant, it's like a monument in Toledo, especially on the south side. What did this mean to you growing up? What did it mean to come in here as a kid?
This store babysat me. Babysat me. When I left the house, we came to the store. You know, if I had $1 in my pocket, that's what I ate. I ate out of here, you know, for the rest of the day, or for that part of the day. And the people in the store, from Clifford, the owner, you know, they literally babysat us. You know, his wife, Jackie, Donna, a couple other people over the years that used to work here. They babysat us, and we did everything around here. This is where you met people in the neighborhood. This is where I came together. We did everything in that field. We used to have boxing fights. I don't know if you remember those fights.
I remember boxing. That's the only time I got a pass over here.
Clifford used to throw the boxing shows, and we would fight and have a fight. So, I mean, this story, it means a lot. We'll be here all day talking about it.
So let's get into it. You have your own insurance company, your insurance business. Tell me the name of it and how did you get started within the insurance game?
You know, I own an agency. It's called the Andre McCallum Agency for a union insurance company called American Income Life. And I got started because I put a resume out after my son was born, I was looking to make money, and like I told you earlier, I was focused on providing. I put my resume out, and they cold called me. They called me. They saw my resume, and they called me. And make a long story short, they told me I would make $1,000 a week. I was 19, 20 years old. I heard $1,000 a week. I went after it. I went after it. So since then, I became an owner. I have my own office. I've owned offices throughout the United States. I've operated offices in Michigan. I've owned offices in Missouri, Illinois, and now I own an office in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm looking to expand eventually and come back to Ohio.
That's big. You're not old or none of that. It's just to have your own business and that grind, that deep. What motivates Andre the most to just keep going? Because the shorts, it's people like you said, you heard that $1,000, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to work $1,000, but it ain't that. You gotta get gritty, you gotta hustle about yourself. So what just motivates you to keep going and striving? Because I know it wouldn't be easy doing that.
I'm a competitor, and I feel like my environment created me and made me a competitor. In order to win in this neighborhood, you had to win in life. You had to make it out. And I think from boxing as a young man, I used to box when I was 14. I played basketball at a younger age. It put like a competitive drive in me. So when I got into the insurance industry, I took what I learned, the discipline and the competitive nature that I learned from boxing, and I brought it to the insurance industry. Before you know it, I got championship results.
And I put on that either. You was a big boxing fan, right? Let's get straight into it, man. Who is your top powerful pound right now? Because you really don't ever, if the fights be on, we all be rambling, but I see you say something here and there, but you really never, So now I got you on blast. Who is your pound for pound, man?
Current fighter or just period?
Right now, this is current.
Current, there's a lot of different weight classes. So if we go pound for pound, I'm going to say right now, Canelo. I'm going to say Canelo.
You got to say Canelo. It's only losses to the GOAT.
I say Canelo, but Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, Lomachenko. Obviously I got my family, Albert Bell, Robert Easter Jr. Those are always people that's special. You got Tyler McCreary, you got Jared Anderson.
Oh man, he's the fuck.
He's gonna be the next champion. He's gonna be the next world champion. I believe Jared Anderson is gonna be world champion for a long time. I believe for a long time.
And they said he only 20. I said, God damn.
When I was boxing in the gym, I started at 14.
Yeah.
So I'm 10 years older than him. So when I was in the gym at 17, 18, 19, I used to see him as a kid running around the gym, training. So I've been seeing him train since he was 10, 11 years old.
Man, that is crazy. They told me, when I was watching the fight, I smiled, man. And I just remember Bunny first fight, man. I remember I used to have to go on Google. Bunny used to aim that. He didn't used to get I used to get his pictures from his fights through me. I used to have a little app, I don't know, I was a computer nigga, I love computers. So I'd be able to tap into his ultimate fights and see pictures and shit, photographers and send them to him. I was like, man, how do you get them out of this, man? I was a hacker in the weed, bro. And that's how Bunny used to get his beginning, like he was fighting with no fans in the stands. So, what in boxing, I'll put it, what do you take from boxing and put into your everyday life?
Well, boxing, you can't play boxing.
Yeah.
So if you're in the sport of boxing, you've got to put yourself in a position to be strong.
Yeah.
You got to be mentally tough. You got to be in shape. If not, you can die in the ring. So I view everyday life the exact same way. Like, I don't play around. Business, my personal life is all about getting where I need to be at and putting myself in a position to get ahead. So in boxing, when you're training for a fight, you got to be in shape so you don't gas out. And I feel like life is the exact same way. Like in life, there's so many things that can come up. Surprise financial situations, family in need, you can get sick and not be able to work. You got to put yourself in a position right now to save money so that you can get ahead. So that if anything happens, you're right where you need to be at and you won't be put in a position to fail. So man, I'm telling you, the things that I've learned from boxing, you can literally take those things and put it into anything in life and use those same things to get where you want to be.
And you said the one thing about the financial thing, we were talking about earlier, about how like COVID, all the stuff was going on, about saving money.
and they can show you good ahead. I was telling them, like, this is the first time that out of the 10 years I've been doing DJ hosting and promoting that I actually saved my money because man, you get $1,000 to $12,000 a night. Yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, you can't blow it. You know, I ain't never had money when we was kids. Yeah. But just financially, what we didn't know as kids, would you tell the kids growing up now? What would be your advice financially for kids?
I'm gonna look into the camera with this one. This is a great question. My advice to everyone is to save your money. Put yourself in a position. Create a savings goal. There's so many people on a day-to-day basis that you'll see that work or they make money, but they don't have a savings goal. What you need to do is you need to create a minimum amount of money that you will tell yourself and promise yourself that you'll refuse to go under. So is it 10,000, 20,000, 50,000? You got to start off somewhere. When I got into my industry, I told myself I was going to make $10,000, save $10,000, and I wouldn't spend no money besides on bills. I wouldn't buy anything else. I was disciplined. What I did was I saved $10,000. Once I got $10,000, I went to $20,000. After I got $20,000, I went to $50,000. After I got $50,000, I went to $100,000. So you got to put yourself in a position to level up and be disciplined so that you can save your money, because once you reach those savings goals, that's when you can start spending your money on the stuff that you want. But until you get there, don't spend it. My next goal is $1 million. Once I save $1 million, then I'm gonna start spending money.
If I got $1 million right now, yo.
I haven't saved it. I've made it, but I haven't saved it. But until I save $1 million, you won't see me driving Bentleys. You won't see me buying cars that I know I can buy right now. And this is my advice to the young people. You're gonna have a lot of people that look at this and disagree with it, but to each his own. Put yourself in a position that when you're in your 40s and 50s, you don't have to worry about where your next dime is coming from. And the only way to get there is by saving your money right now.
Credit too. Credit. I didn't know nothing about credit when I was young. I abused my credit. Yeah. That's one thing we weren't taught as. I always wonder why we weren't taught that. Because it was like when I was a kid, like credit cards burn it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The card. So yeah, credit is a big thing. And another thing, let's talk on it too. We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even talk. It's all what's going on in the world now with the police, Mr. Floyd. I just did a special the other day. If y'all get a chance on YouTube, I did a special on the Wiggins guy that's missing, that's seen by the police. Yeah. Say he jumps away by a lady or whatever. I did a special on that, like stuff like that. How do you feel about what's going on with Black Lives Matter and our goofy ass president, all that? So how do you feel?
That's a broad question, and what I'll tell you is I'm upset about it. Our president is, how can I put this? He's very outspoken, and I don't think he thinks before he talks. He's made a lot of business decisions, and he has an ego because of it. And I believe, and I can't wait for us to have another president, first off. So, but to answer the question about police brutality, what I can tell you about police brutality is it's unfortunate that this stuff happened. I got pulled over the other day and had my son in the car. And when my son realized I got pulled over, he was frightened. I wasn't frightened. I feel like I know how to talk myself out of any situation, but he was frightened. And one of the things that I was going to say, regarding police brutality is, I don't think it's ever going to stop. Because whenever there's a human element, there's always going to be issues, because humans aren't perfect, and people make mistakes, and people wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and people are racist, and people were bullied when they was kids. So there's so many different factors that play into it. So my best advice to my brothers and sisters is we got to put ourselves in a position to get in office so that we can change certain things that's in place right now, because you can protest and you can do things like that, but you got women that have been protesting since the 40s that have their rights, and they still don't have the rights that men have. And women's rights didn't start changing until they got in office.
You're right about that.
So,
and I'll say this. Some people don't agree with the protesting. I love it. This is what I don't like. Keep doing it if you're going to do it.
yeah.
Because we protest and we complain and we do what we do. And then it's like Trayvon Martin died. We was angry for a couple months and it was like, boom, we forget. We're free. And I still feel like we be so content with certain shit. Like, I'm not content with the dudes in Minneapolis getting arrested. I want to see a verdict. You know what I'm saying? So, and did you believe in, how do you feel about, and it's the elephant in the room, when people say, I don't like it, but people say black on black crime. Like, why y'all worry about the police and we killing each other? Well, I feel like, I'm going to tell you, we got it from you. So it's something straight. When you're angry, you locked in the cage with you. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So speak on like the same black on black crime.
I don't like when someone gives an example of what's being done to us, and then somebody comes back and says, "What about this?" That's the first problem. It's almost like when you have an argument with a spouse or a relationship, and you say, "Well, hey, you did this," and without them acknowledging what you bring up, they shoot back what you were doing. You never get anywhere. So the only way for us to get somewhere is for us to talk about one topic at a time. So black on black crime, that's another topic. Right now, police brutality is the main topic, and I think that that's what we need to focus on. And the only way that we gonna get better in that area is if you put people that come from this culture in those positions to enforce laws. Right now, it's a Supreme Court ruling that a police officer can pull you out of your vehicle for no reason. I feel like there's somebody that needs to get into office and change that. Somebody in the Supreme Court should change it because that's causing a lot of problems. I don't feel that it's the police right to stop me for no reason because I got a brown skin color and I look different or I got a nice car and then they make me get out of my car. Exactly, because they're not going to do that in the suburbs. You're not going to see white men getting pulled out of their vehicle. You're not going to see it. So I feel like there's things that we need to do, and I feel like we got to make real moves. I like the protesting too, but I really think that we need to get into office.
We got to vote.
We got to vote.
Yeah,
we got to vote, and we got to get into office. So people of color that are powerful, that are smart, that know their history, that know their knowledge, we got to just stop making YouTube videos and we got to also run for office.
And I think also, we got to go back. This is one thing COVID, I said this on the last episode of LA. Another thing COVID taught us, man, it went back to the 60s and 70s, I feel, early 80s, to where, even though we go to the 90s, where we need to take this time that we down and get, like what we doing right now, we in the hood. I came in the last time I just came to the, and not saying I just did in the suburbs or anything like that, but I changed, so I don't go to certain places. But we need to get back to this police in our communities, man, like the Black Panthers did, like Union did. And I feel like better us to police us than them.
Yeah.
And we gotta get back to that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've been rambling on. I just been thinking a lot, cause man, we really don't ever get to sit down and talk. So I just want to know your thoughts on that. And next, I want to ask you. We had a talk about this on the last episode also, and we talked before the camera got on. B. Simone said she can't be with Blue 95. How did you take that, her words?
Gary, I understand. I can give you a personal feeling, and I can give you a political answer. And I'm going to give you both. My personal feeling is, if women can say they want to be with women, if men can say they want to be with men, then B. Simone can say she don't want a man that works 9 to 5. That's how I feel. If Dwayne Wade's son can say that he's a girl, she can pick who she wants to be in a relationship with. Now my political answer, based off her following and based off what she's trying to do, maybe she shouldn't have even expressed that, because you're going to get backlash for whatever you say. But there is people that work 9 to 5 that also got side hustles. It's people that work 9 to 5 that work harder than entrepreneurs. You know, I know my father, for example, worked a 9 to 5. He worked his butt off every day, you know, just so he can obviously provide and do things. But I know 9 to 5ers that work harder than entrepreneurs. Just because you change your Facebook name and say that you're an entrepreneur, or make an Instagram and say that you're an entrepreneur doesn't make you an entrepreneur. So for her to make that statement, for her to make that statement, I think that she's being a little small-minded with that, because you got a lot of successful people that's go-getters that grind hard and they do what they need to do from 9 to